All right, I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room. I'm cautioning you again. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands, good luck.
James man for victory, and there's the bell for round number 1. This one's scheduled for 12. The uncivil war is on now. Jones lunging with the left hand, and Jones, we'll see if they fill each other out here.
He's the one making him miss. He'll walk him down.
James Toney is a devastating body puncher, and we'll see when he starts his assault downstairs as Roy Jones starting to
join himself, making all that miss. Here, Roy Jones just adjusted that left hook and threw it a little bit lower because he knew Toney was ducked this round. We're only halfway through. The other thing is that, it's ring generalship as well. Who's controlling the pace? Who's making who do what? And right now, Jones has landed the only meaningful punches, but the round isn't over yet.
Good counter left hook there from Toney.
And Toney just
holster.
Yeah, he does, but it comes out so quick, and he's got such great lateral movement that even though he keeps his hands down, he somehow finds a way to get out of your way.
And leaving the scene of the crime. Jones the aggressor here in round 1. Toney yet to really put that body attack together.
Jones just
feel confused about that 10-second
clap,
which was really just a 10-second warning for the fighters.
Which could have evened up this round on a lot of judges' scorecard. He looks the more confident right now. Roy Jones was breathing a little heavily at the end of that round. I'm sure it's nerves, but Toney is, he's cold as
well, along with going to the body.
Toney got right underneath it, and then Jones wised up and he threw a little left to the midsection, to the belly with that left hand. As not to look, and there's a beautiful combination all off the glove zone.
Best moment that we've seen from Toney had to be against McCallum, and also what he did against Iran Barkley. Have you ever seen a job like the one he put on Barkley? That was something to watch.
Barkley's style was made to order for James Toney since he's such a nice little counter left hook order for James Toney.
Good left hook from Toney. I noticed when
Jones leans back so well on his right leg.
So he has 19 bouts that didn't quite make it past the midway point. And he'll perhaps get a test in that route tonight against Toney. Good lead left hook, second round of work. So far, Jones has asserted himself pretty well. Good combination from Jones. Toney in some trouble. Jones now starting to come forward, landing some uppercuts inside, and Toney says, "Give me more. Is that all you got?" Jones says, "Yeah, I'll take the round with me."
How to really go, and here's a little example of his quickness. There's 2 left uppercuts, 2 left hooks, another left uppercut, right hand, and he's just so accurate.
Initially, with the naked eye, it appeared as though when Toney jumped back that he was somewhat staggered, but he was actually just gaining his balance.
Exactly.
And now the body work from Toney. Some big headshots there from Jones to keep him out of the inside, though. Jones, the quicker of the two. Would you agree, Joe?
Well, he is at this point. Knows what he has to do, and that's to put the pressure on. But Roy Jones came off the ropes when he got pinned there with some beautiful shots back at Toney.
Oh! Big left hook, and down goes Toney! He was caught showing off!
Here, because he was fooling around. James Toney has taken this long to really put some pressure on. This is what he's got to do, just like that, to make this fight happen and get his counters in.
He's really getting hit by some counter shots from Jones here. Jones's hands and his feet, everything.
And this has worked for Jones so long, it'll work for him tonight as well.
He is so quick. Toney is right now finding out that to have his game plan working for him right now, and he seems a bit confused.
What's your game plan against Roy Jones? He was off balance, and then watch, see, and then the push there. And look at Toney, how strong he is, though. He doesn't go down. It was a punch, but then the ultimate result was a push.
Round 4.
And then separate and give more room. It was that left hook. It wasn't a strong left hook, but it was one that's aggravating and kind of demoralizing.
Jones is working that left hand here through 3+.
Just when you think you should watch out for the hook, Jones will come with that straight right hand, and it's fast and hard.
3.5 years, Toney's been a champion. And they're talking to one another now. Good body work from Jones.
The closer Roy Jones gets to Toney is when he's got to start punching.
Big shot from Toney, his best punch of the fight. One punch. but he's not really a one-punch knockout artist. He goes to the body a lot, but he hasn't had a chance to really do that so far here in this one, Joe.
This Roy Jones Jr. is really amazing. He gets a good right hand by Toney off the right now.
2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Toney starting to assert himself again here.
As Roy Jones has landed 4 wicked.
All good so far. Both fighters showing us their stuff. And
Jones's body is medium and not the weight.
Here's Jones. And champion off balance. Jones rallying late here.
Right, stand back.
Own rather. 85 for Toney for 31%. And of course a knockdown scored by Jones back in round number 3, a left hook. This is not what Jones wants to do in the center of the ring.
Ago threw a left hand to the body and then slid over completely around James.
And both fighters gave away a guaranteed $2 million plus to take some gate receipts. And there's Toney getting hit with some lefts and some rights. Playing a decoy game, but Jones landing the boom. And they trade inside, and the power of Toney being noticed there. Again, Toney landing. And Jones coming back with some offering. And they trade in the middle of the squared circle. Right where he should do some work to him, right here.
Toney can't always wait for that right hand.
Oh, whistling turnaround left hook for Toney. He nearly got it, though.
You saw how Jones got the punches he's landed. Early on, he did more work. And I just think it's been pretty much a sweep.
Intense fifth round.
Here's where you got Toney pressing the action. Here's that counter right hand that got deflected by Roy Jones, and then he landed that left hook off it. So Jones right, Toney right, but missed, and then a counter left hook. And here goes Jones to work now. He's on one side of it.
Late. 20 of its bouts, we're referring to the champion.
So far, he's got to do something to turn the tide here. And that's do that. Get rough, go to the bones and expose something that he will be vulnerable to.
Toney looking to make...
I think the general public, you're right, has not very much knowledge of Roy Jones, but the does, and that's why everyone anticipated this fight so much with a beautiful left hook by...
Oh, the prior 5 or so, but good left hand there from Roy Jones.
That's the amazing thing about Roy Jones. Look, threw a left hook, leaned back, didn't get hit with the sweeping.
It's to the midway point in this bout.
Look at that, right behind him again.
Toney has to be frustrated.
Of course, that's what got Terry Norris DQ'd the other night in Mexico City.
Joe, in this situation, if you're in Toney's corner, where you seem to be getting beat to the punch almost every time, like right there.
I'd say you've got to really start taking chances at opening up and making the other guy open.
The first minute, he goes right back to work with the lefts and rights. Toney getting hit by some big shots from Jones in the center of the ring. Combination punching there by Jones.
Holding on, give him a chance to work out of it, just like that.
Time ticking away here for the champion as we go into the final 45 seconds of round 7, and Jones still connecting on combinations with the quicker hands and the more accuracy. Toney just pounding Jones, or Jones rather pounding Toney. Combination punching. Champion on the ropes now.
And listen, those punches are taking their toll on James Toney because he just got caught with another good left hook. Even though he's sliding and rolling with a lot of them.
Oh, good left hand from Toney and a right at the. But after he had been
he better make a move now because he's way behind. Look at that little replay there. We're going to see this left hook land, but it was high on the head of Roy Jones Jr. It wasn't that big of a punch. I think Richard Steele got hit a little bit harder at the end there. But
round number 8. So far, Roy Jones Jr., good left hook, and Toney had to grab on there. He lost here. The left hook has been the best shot there, and Toney hurt by that shot, winging wildly. Some headshots, and they're piling up for Jones, the challenger. He backs Toney up, and this is not a scene that you'll see very often. Here comes Jones. Has Toney in his corner, pounding him to the head with lefts and rights, but Toney fires back a right hand. Toney's tired, or he's a good actor. He appears to be a bit worn.
He's a bit warm, but I guarantee you, he's trying to land something like that.
Beating in the process.
Well,
good work from Jones.
You can help, right now, I would say that whatever was or should have been covered earlier wasn't. And the fact of the matter is, it should be the corner's job right now to try to help out his fighter, get any edge he can by talking to the referee.
Right hand and more blood in the mouth of Toney.
When he finally gets in there.
Ooh. Oh, big left hand from Toney, but not as big as it appeared.
Look at Steele, though. He's getting in the way too much here. He's got to let these guys fight a little bit more.
And that just fired up Roy Jones in the final 10 seconds. A street fight now in the middle of the ring. What is Richard still doing there?
He didn't land. Let me put it this way. I would be really shocked if these judges didn't have a big lead for James Toney right now.
You mean for Jones?
Or for Roy Jones Jr., I'm sorry. James Toney, if I'm his corner man and I'm looking at it from a corner man standpoint, I'm saying you need a knockout. Whether the judge...
Closing seconds here of round 9. Oh, good right hand coming out of the clinch inside. Very slick, Joe. 10-second count as lunging in the champion. He gets caught with the left and knocked into the neutral turnbuckle.
Well, Jones landed 2 rights and then slipped over to the left side and landed the left hook to the bottom.
Here's the bell for round number 10, and the hourglass.
It's hard to get a solid shot off body or head. Look at Toney. He's back turned to him again.
I don't know.
I don't think it's the weight so much as this style is just killing us.
You have to love the way that Toney is.
He's looking around the audience. He jumps in with sneaky punches. Him out there. Maybe Pernell Whitaker is as tricky as this kid.
10 seconds here of the 10th round. Whistling right hand, a portion of it landing on the nose of Toney. 6 minutes left here as we go to round 11, and Toney being encouraged to go after his man. He's really tried. They're a pretty good left hook from Toney. I'm surprised Toney's not coming after him with everything. Ooh, good smash to the face from the champion, Toney. And a counter right.
He should watch his feet. They never stop. And once they do stop, he'll tie you up and then hit you. Look, oh, beautiful left hook. He gets on both sides.
11. Jones trading into the ring here.
He's done that to James Toney and jumped in with that left hook. Toney's got nothing on his punches at this point either.
I think he's hurt now too, Joe. To the body and upstairs. Everyone's curious about what Toney will do in the final 3 minutes of work. We know he has his work cut out.
Get in there and slug with him, but I want you to keep beating on him, touching him, hitting him.
But he really didn't want to say it, huh?
No, he didn't.
Jones not changing his plan here, even though it appears as though he has an instant punch from left field to right field. Right down Main Street from Toney, and he could turn the tide. But
I think a lot of people kind of knew that Jones was the type of fighter that could pull this type of performance out of his hat.
And I get the impression that Jones wants to close out the show in grand fashion. Instead of moving, we see him throwing rights like that and landing.
Threw a right hand. Toney came back with a counter.
Oh, a smash! Left hook to the face from Jones.
Bet against a guy, a winner like James Toney, especially with some of the brilliant things we've seen him do. But here we just saw the emergence of a true superstar in this game, and it's Roy Jones Jr.
Jones wants to finish in grand fashion here as he's starting to get more aggressive in the final 10 seconds.
$119 to $108. Glenn Hamada scores it. $117 to $110. And Jerry Roth has it. $118 to $109 for the winner by unanimous decision. And new super middleweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.